All right, so we're diving into something that has been blowing my mind a bit lately, and that's this whole world of AI video generation.
Yeah.
You've seen the headlines, the crazy videos popping up online, but this is different.
Right.
We're going deep on Meta's movie gen research today, and this is some next level stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting here. What's really interesting here is that Movie Gen isn't just another tool.
Okay.
It's a whole system of AI models,
hmm
each with its own kind of unique skill set.
Okay, so break this down for me. We're talking multiple components all working together.
Exactly. So you have like Movie Gen video, that's the workhorse, right?
Yeah.
That's creating these high definition videos from just a simple text prompt.
Right.
And then you have personalized Movie Gen video.
Okay.
And this is where things get really cool. Imagine like typing in, you're on a tropical beach, sipping a drink with a monkey wearing a tiny hat.
Okay.
Movie Gen can actually insert your face into that scene.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah,
It can do that?
right.
That's insane. And it can edit existing videos too, right?
Absolutely.
Like what?
So that's Movie Gen Edit.
Okay.
With Movie Gen Edit, you can use text commands to add elements, change elements in a video.
Gotcha.
So say you're watching your friend's birthday party,
Okay.
and you think it would be really funny if there was a dancing penguin in the background.
Okay.
Movie Gen Edit can make that happen.
Okay. That's officially beyond cool. But how on earth does it actually work? Don't get too technical on me. I'm not a coder or anything.
Sure. Yeah. So think of it this way. Movie Gen relies on this massive, what they call a transformer model, which is basically a supercharged AI brain
Okay.
with billions of connections.
Right.
And this AI brain is trained on just this astronomical amount of data,
I can imagine.
images, videos, but also audio.
Okay.
And this allows it to start to make these connections between words, visuals, and sounds in a way that we've like never seen before.
So it's not just seeing a picture and trying to recreate it. It's kind of understanding like the whole concept, like the sounds and the movement and everything.
Precisely. And it's interesting because we usually think of AI going from like text to image
Right.
and then to video.
Yeah.
Movie Gen actually flips the script.
How so?
It starts with images.
Yeah. Really? That's interesting. Why would it do that?
So they found that training the model on images first
Mhm.
before moving to video actually helps it generalize better.
Okay.
It's kind of like learning the alphabet
Right.
before trying to write a novel.
Okay.
And then, plus, on top of that, there's just way more image data out there than video data.
Right.
So the AI has more to learn from.
That makes sense. That's pretty clever. But to train something this complex, I mean, it must take forever, right?
It would. And this is where, Meta's really flexing their technical muscle here.
Okay.
They came up with these groundbreaking techniques to make the process efficient.
Oh, wow.
Let's talk about processing like thousands of video frames simultaneously.
Thousands.
Yeah, which allows the AI to just learn at a much faster rate.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing. So what else makes Movie Gen different from, like, all the other AI video generators that are out there?
So one of the key innovations here is a technique they call flow matching.
Okay, flow matching.
Yeah. And so a lot of these AI models, they try to predict the next frame in a sequence.
Right.
And that often leads to, you know what I'm talking about, that sort of jerky, unnatural movement.
Yeah, you can always tell it's AI because the movement just looks a bit off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But flow matching takes a completely different approach. Instead of focusing on predicting that next frame, it actually aims to create this more natural flow of motion
Yeah.
between the frames.
Okay.
And according to Meta, this results in significantly more realistic and fluid movement.
So Movie Gen is all about realism then.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And, Meta is actually claiming that Movie Gen outperforms competitors like Runway Gen 3 and even OpenAI Sora
Yeah.
in terms of realism, natural movement, and just, how closely the output actually matches the text prompt.
So it's not just about creating cool visuals, it's about accuracy and making sure that the AI understands what you're actually asking for.
Yeah, precisely. And to back up those claims, they really wanted to put this to the test.
Okay.
They created this massive benchmark with over 1,000 different prompts.
Wow, 1,000.
Yeah, which is way more than what's usually used to compare these types of models.
So they really wanted to, like, put it through the ringer, not just cherry pick a few examples that make Movie Gen look good.
Exactly. And, when they compared Movie Gen to these other models, it consistently scored higher in areas like frame consistency.
Okay.
So that means, like, The videos are less likely to have those weird glitches where objects suddenly disappear
Right, right.
or like change,
Yeah, yeah.
and of course, it excelled in, motion naturalness,
Of course.
making
Yeah.
the movements look much more, lifelike and believable.
Yeah, I've seen some AI generated videos where like the characters move like they're stuck in a video game. It's very it's definitely not convincing.
Right.
Yeah, but you mentioned another model. I think it was Kling 1.5.
Yeah.
How does that one compare?
So Kling 1.5, it seems to be better at generating those large-scale exaggerated movements.
Okay.
So think like, those over-the-top action sequences in movies
Right.
with explosions and characters flying through the air. Kling seems to excel in that area.
Okay, so it's like Kling is going for the Hollywood blockbuster style, while Movie Gen is focused on a more, realistic, true-to-life approach.
Yeah, you could say that. And it's really fascinating to see these different approaches emerge,
Yeah.
It shows that there's no single right way to do AI video generation. And it really depends on, I guess, the desired outcome.
Sure, that makes sense. This is all incredibly impressive, but I have to ask, like, why should the average person care about Movie Gen?
Well, because this technology has the potential to impact all of us.
Yeah.
This is just a glimpse into a future where this kind of AI-generated content is everywhere.
Everywhere.
From movies, social media, education, you name it. Imagine like personalized learning experiences that are tailored to your specific interests.
Okay.
Or even like AI-generated documentaries that can transport you to different worlds.
Okay, I mean, now that you mention it, I mean, the possibilities are pretty mind-blowing.
Right.
Yeah, but aren't there also, like, risks that come with technology this powerful?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, with any powerful tool,
Yeah.
there are always potential downsides.
Right.
We need to be very aware of the ethical implications, particularly when it comes to the spread of misinformation.
Okay.
Now, if AI can create these realistic videos from scratch,
Right.
it could become even harder to distinguish between what's real and what's fake online.
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, we're already struggling with deep fakes and fake news.
Exactly.
And this could, like, take things to a whole new level.
Right.
It's a bit unsettling, to be honest.
It's definitely something to be concerned about.
Yeah.
This isn't just about being amazed by the technology anymore.
Yeah.
It's about being informed and being, like, discerning consumers of information.
Okay.
We really need to start thinking critically about the content that we encounter online and question its authenticity.
So how do we navigate this new world where, like, seeing isn't necessarily believing anymore? How do we protect ourselves from being misled by AI-generated content?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's something we should all be thinking about.
Right.
One important step is developing better tools for actually detecting AI-generated content.
So, like, something that can analyze a video and say, hey, this was made by AI, or no, this is actually real.
Exactly. We need that.
Yeah. Okay.
And we need to educate ourselves and others about how this technology works and its potential for misuse, right?
Okay.
The more we understand about AI video generation,
Right.
the better equipped we'll be to spot those like warning signs of manipulation.
It's almost like we need to develop like a new set of digital literacy skills
Okay.
to navigate this evolving landscape.
100%, yeah.
Wow.
And it's not just about spotting the fakes, right?
Okay.
It's also about recognizing the potential biases that can actually creep into AI-generated content.
Okay, how so?
Well, think about it. AI models, they're trained on these massive data sets.
Right.
And those data sets can reflect existing societal biases,
Okay.
whether intentional or not.
Right.
So an AI-generated video could unintentionally perpetuate harmful stereotypes or misinformation simply because of the data it was trained on.
It's just reflecting what it knows, but it doesn't know any better.
Exactly. That's why critical thinking is absolutely crucial here. We need to be aware of our own biases as well.
Sure.
And challenge assumptions, especially when we're consuming this AI-generated content.
So this deep dive into Movie Gen has been eye-opening, to say the least.
Yeah.
It's clear that this technology has the potential to revolutionize everything from entertainment to education.
Right.
But it also comes with a whole new set of challenges and responsibilities.
Absolutely. And I think that's a really important takeaway for your listeners. As AI continues to advance, we need to stay informed, engage in these critical conversations, and, just approach this technology with a balanced perspective,
Okay.
embracing its potential,
Right.
while also being mindful of its limitations.
It's a brave new world out there.
It is. It is.
And it seems like knowledge is our best guide. It really does feel like we're standing on the edge of this incredible technological leap, but we don't know what's on the other side yet.
Yeah, no, that's a great analogy. And it really highlights why it's so important to kind of approach these advancements with, with enthusiasm, but also a healthy dose of caution.
Right, yeah.
But
So where do we go from here? How do we ensure that a tool like MovieGen is used ethically and responsibly?
that's the question, isn't it? I think it's really a collective effort. It's not just on one person or one group,
Hmm.
right? Developers, policymakers, everyday users like us, we all have a role to play.
Right.
And so for developers, it's about incorporating these ethical considerations into that design process itself.
Okay.
Thinking about things like, watermarking AI-generated content
Hmm.
or creating those tools that make it easier for users to actually verify, is this real? What am I seeing?
Right, so like building in safeguards like from the ground up.
Exactly.
Right, that makes sense. But what about like, the average user? What can we do?
Well, I think education is always key.
Okay.
The more people understand about how this technology works, how AI video generation works, the less likely they are to be fooled by it. We need to really be like savvy media consumers now,
Yeah.
questioning sources, cross-referencing information, not just taking everything we see at face value, especially online.
Right, right. It's almost like we need to develop this like new set of digital literacy skills to like navigate this whole like evolving landscape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's not just about, spotting those fakes like you're talking about.
Right.
It's also about recognizing the potential biases that can even creep into this AI-generated content.
Okay. How so?
Well, think about it. These AI models are trained on massive data sets.
Right.
Those data sets, they can reflect like existing societal biases, whether
Okay.
intentional or not.
Right, right.
So an AI-generated video could, without even meaning to, perpetuate, harmful stereotypes or misinformation simply because of the data it was trained on.
It's just reflecting what it knows, but doesn't necessarily know any better.
That's exactly it, which is why that critical thinking piece is absolutely crucial here.
Yeah.
We need to be aware of our own biases
Sure.
and challenge those assumptions, especially when we're consuming AI-generated content.
This deep dive into Movie Gen has been, I don't know, eye-opening is a good word for it.
It is.
It's clear that this technology has the potential to just completely revolutionize everything. I mean, from how we're entertained to how we're educated.
Without a doubt.
But it also comes with this whole new set of like challenges and responsibilities that frankly we've never really had to deal with before.
Absolutely. And I think that's a really, really important takeaway for everyone listening.
Yeah.
As AI continues to advance at this crazy pace, we need to stay informed. We need to be a part of these conversations, these critical conversations. And we need to make sure that we're approaching this technology, with a balanced perspective, right? Embracing what it can do, but also being very, very mindful of, where it falls short.
Yeah, no, I love that. It's a brave new world out there.
It really is.
And knowledge is our best guide, I think.
I completely agree.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us for this deep dive on Movie Gen.
The pleasure was all mine, as always.
It's been quite a journey, and thank you to all of our listeners out there for diving in with us. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.